Today, we're deep diving into building and monetizing a blog, not only to grow your affiliate revenue, but multiple revenue streams as well. Let's go. Hey, it's Rob Balasabas here with the TubeBuddy team. Today we're talking with Miles Beckler, who is a silver play button creator with over 189,000 subscribers on YouTube and is currently earning over $2 million per year from his different revenue streams. Let's meet Miles. Welcome to the show, Miles. Your knowledge in this whole space of content marketing, SEO, Google Trends, digital marketing, Facebook ads is super vast and deep. So there's a lot of different ways that we can take this conversation. But before we do that, why don't you say hello to everyone and let them know what you're up to and what your actual pillar contents are really all about there on your channel. Let's start there.
Yep. For sure. And thanks for having me on, man. It's good to reconnect again.
Absolutely.
So I started making money online in 2003 as an affiliate marketer on MySpace to kind of date my vintage, if you will. From 03 till 09, it was a series of failed experiments trying to figure out like how to entrepreneur, right? Like how do I actually build things, audience, traffic systems, offers that people are willing to buy. In 2010, I went full-time online. My wife and I collabed on a website in the meditation and spirituality space. That was in 09. We launched the site full-time in 2010. Been full-time for 11 years now. So in 2016, I started teaching everything we learned to grow my wife's brand. So 6 years of 80-hour weeks in the trenches, building that to a real business that makes millions. And then I started teaching everything on YouTube in 2016. 5 years, I did about 700 videos, grew that channel to about 185,000 subscribers. And now we kind of have both of those brands, and we're my wife's brand, my brand are both extremely successful. And we're just optimizing for lifestyle, for what we're doing through our days. What are we willing to do? What are we interested in doing? And keeping our eyes forward of, where's our industry going?
Awesome. Okay, well, that being said then, Miles, tell us about the different revenue streams that you and your wife have going on right now online at the moment, and maybe what the main one or two focus revenue streams are for you guys.
We're doing just under $2 million per year is kind of our level of the game that we're playing at this point in time. So 6 figures per month, and have been doing so for quite some time. 70 to 80% of that comes from products that we create. It's us actually creating and selling our own informational-based products. So literally PDFs, MP3 files, and videos all aligned in like a learning management system, which you obviously know a lot about, Rob.
Yep.
And then affiliate marketing is the other side of it. I make a grand total of $0 in ads. And anytime I accidentally start earning ad revenue, I look for ways to turn it off immediately, because I think that ad revenue is one of the worst monetization methodologies for us. So my YouTube channel, my wife's YouTube channel, we have no ads running at all. And this is a grand scheme, right? This is a bigger picture of, I believe I can devise systems and offers and products, whether it's an affiliate product or something I create, that is more valuable to my audience than displaying a spammy, cheesy guru ad on my YouTube videos. But mainly it's selling products and affiliate marketing for us.
That's super refreshing. A lot of up and coming creators, Miles, like, this, you probably get conversations about this. They want to get to that partnership program so they can make that AdSense money. So that's really refreshing to hear from somebody at your level. You're like, don't put ads on my channel. Is that more of like, is that because you don't want to have a distraction to your actual products and offers and things that bring value to your audience?
Yeah, man. Like, so it means I'm selling the attention of my audience, which every metric in YouTube, right? People talk about the algorithm. Dude, it's about the attention of your audience, right? It's about creating things your audience loves and enjoys watching. And when your audience clicks on it and watches it all the way to the end, but then you're going to let some greedy guru pre-roll it with a scam, because YouTube allows the scammiest advertisements on the internet. YouTube is like, yeah, you got a scam? Cool. You want to scam people? Run ads on this platform. Right. So it's doing my audience a disservice, which is good for my brand, right? It positions me as a more helpful marketer, because people search for how to do keyword research. They find my video on how to do keyword research, and they watch the video and they learn how to do keyword research. It's a closed loop of delivering on what they're actually looking for without any oh, hey, I learned how to make $19 million in crypto in 4 seconds and pay me $2,000 and you can learn that too.
Right.
Like, oh, get that stuff out of here.
Get it out of here. No, that's really refreshing to hear. So if you're here and you're just kind of, starting and you're trying to get that, partnership program, take it from Miles. There's way more money to be made outside of the partnership program.
100%. Sure. So, and it's important to think, so what is the mechanism that my wife and I use? It's our email list, right? So I do audience growth on my blog, on social, on YouTube. I'm all over running Facebook ads. And I'm bringing people into my world, trying to get them on my email list for a lead magnet that's a high value kind of offer. And then once they're on my email list, I can build a relationship with them. I can help them accomplish and solve other problems. And that's when I get to promote whatever product it is, whether I created the product or whether it's an affiliate product. So the revenue, the streams often come from, like, the cash flow is generated when I send out an email to my list. So I use YouTube to connect me to people, but then I build systems that get those YouTube people interested in more of what I have to say onto my email list. And that's kind of like the business strategy, if you will.
Got it. I mean, one of the other things that I've seen you do really well is blogging. Like, you have a really, fantastic blog. So let's talk about blogs a little bit, because you know this, and we can go super deep on this. But, blogs for a lot of creators, sort of like newer creators, is not the sexiest type of revenue stream, right? Like, nobody, I don't know. I mean, there's still bloggers out there, but everybody wants to be a creator. And so, it seems like you've built, your email list, but also I think the blog and different landing pages and stuff. I don't know. It kind of falls into like a subcategory of blogging, I guess. Talk to us a little bit about blogs. Is it too late to start a blog? And what's changed in the strategy of, using blogs, say, like a few years ago to today?
Yeah, a great question. So I like to just always think about diversifying my traffic sources. So if I build a business, and it's tough to call it a business, but if I build a business that's 100% focused on YouTube, what happens when YouTube puts me in their targets and decides to turn me off, right? And you might be like, well, I don't talk about controversial subjects. Ron Paul, who's like, one of the good guys, or attempted to be a good guy in DC. He's a politician in the US. His whole channel just got shut down, right? There are a lot of examples of real people who are actually teaching really helpful things, but they were just kind of in this weird gray area, and YouTube turned them off. So I'm starting with, why is it important to have a diverse traffic source for your business? And it's because we can't build businesses on platforms where they have the opportunity to turn us off. Right, that's an extremely risky way to build a business. So 2 is 1, 1 is none, right? That's the theory. For me, I started with YouTube because it was easier for me to just brain dump an idea on video, because that's my personality. I could just start talking about something and it comes out and I'm like, oh, that was clear enough, let's publish that. But then when you look at the numbers, so YouTube has 2 billion monthly logged in active users. Google is like double or more of that. Google gets literally like 2 trillion searches per year. So the traffic potential on Google, and think about, for the listener listening here, think about your personal user experience, right? When you want to learn something, do you go to Google and type in, how do I do this? Or do you go to YouTube and type in, how do I do this? We often use both, but the majority of people in our world still use Google. So it's the bigger platform. It has more traffic potential, but you're right, it's a little bit less sexy and it doesn't look cool. You don't have the vanity metrics displaying of, oh, look at me, 185,000 subscribers, look how cool I am. But I'm gonna just, I almost dropped an F-bomb, like, screw vanity metrics. We wanna build businesses, right? So I measure what actually drives people onto my email list, and I get a much better conversion rate from a visitor to an email subscriber from traffic that comes into a blog post from Google. And that's kind of the why it made sense to go with it. So for me, it's the same ideas that are on my YouTube channel. I'm just repurposing them and recreating them, often with help from editors and other writers, to get them on my blog. When you're on your blog, you're paying for your own hosting. So you're in full control of your content. No one can turn you on. You're building on land that you own, and you can run pop-ups. When somebody shows up to your blog post and you got a pop-up, I know people don't enjoy them, but they convert, they work, and it will grow your list fast.
Yeah, and that's we had a conversation with another creator, Andrew Wall, who's more on the gaming side of things, but he says take them from YouTube that has an algorithm, to a platform that doesn't have an algorithm, which, I mean, your blog, it's great. Your email list, no algorithm, you have full control. I love that. I think blogs are great. I agree. I think blogs are super lucrative in terms of like building revenue and building an audience, but it is a bit longer term, right, Miles? I mean, YouTube is also longer term. It takes time to grow. So what's some proper expectations for marketers out there that are looking to build a blog and monetize it?
Yeah, so I usually tell people, big picture, building a real business online that's diversified, that really is stable enough for you to start to think about like letting go of the job, buying a house, like real actual business. That's a 3 to 5 year plan. Okay, and that means you've got a traffic system built, you've got an email system built, and you've figured out how to monetize. So those are 3 separate challenges. The blog fits into that first part. That's the traffic side of things, right? Or the YouTube. And generally for most people who are really truly committed and they're really truly being strategic and aggressive with how much time and energy they put in their blog, I think about 9 months to 1 year of publishing about 100 to 125 posts on your blog. That's about what it takes to really get into the momentum phase. And that's where everybody wants to be, is the momentum phase. In the first 3 months, you're publishing like crazy, 3-4 blog posts per month or per week, excuse me, and nothing's happening. And that's the most difficult part and same with the YouTube channel, right? You start publishing your first video, your first 7 videos, your first 20 videos, and nobody's really watching your content. But if you keep publishing, if you get better as a creator, if you get more effective at explaining the topic that they want to hear about, more effective at optimizing your thumbnails, your titles, et cetera, et cetera. I love the A/B split testing tool within TubeBuddy for really knowing by the data what gets my audience to click. When you just learn these little things by doing dozens and hundreds of times over and over, whether it's blogging or YouTube, and then out of that data, you start to see a pattern. You're like, okay, these few things work over and over. Then year 2, you could start to just do more of what worked, right? So in the first year, it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm taking my best guess. I'm trying all kinds of different stuff. And you look back, you're like, oh, these 3 topics really worked with my audience. Let me go ahead and go deeper on those. For the Miles Beckler brand, my videos on Facebook advertising, in the early growth of my videos, I think it was video number 90 on my channel, which was about 3 months into my publishing schedule, I saw real spikes in the data around Facebook ad videos. I didn't want to become a Facebook ad guy. I didn't want to teach everything about the ins and outs of that platform, but that's what the audience wanted.
Right.
So I did more of what the audience wanted, and my channel grew faster and faster and faster. The same theory applies to blogging as well, and everything I just kind of translated on my blog. Just if you're making a YouTube video, you can rip the audio off, throw it on a RSS feed. There's your podcast. You own that. No one can turn off your RSS feed. You can have a transcriptionist and an editor get that thing on your blog post. And so I found a way to allow myself to do the one mechanism, the one method, which is speaking to communicate. And then I built systems and teammates around me to maximize the distribution on the ideas that I was bringing through.
Fantastic. I guess in terms of the actual blog then, so in terms of platforms, talk to me about platforms. If WordPress, are there alternatives that you would suggest?
Nope.
Medium? No, not a contender. Nope. WordPress.
Absolutely not. Definitely not Medium, right? Again, you're building on a walled garden. You're building on their platform. They hold the control switch. They have a switch that says, turn your Medium account off. And if you are building a business, that I'm putting in air quotes, when someone else can turn you off, you actually don't have a business, right? Like, because you can literally, your income could go to 0 overnight. WordPress is the only option for me. There's other possibilities. People try to build on other things, but like every professional content creator I know who builds content in the written form and succeeds with it is pretty much on WordPress. So let's just do what everybody. It's like saying, you want to go build a Vimeo channel? Like, you can kind of try it, but why is all the successful video people on YouTube? Let's just do what all the successful people do.
There you go. So WordPress, guys, that's it. Go with WordPress. All right, talk to me about Google Trends, because this is something you talk about a lot. We'd just love to get some advice from you here. How have you used Google Trends, to really win? Maybe if you have an example even of a trend and sort of how you found that and what you did with it.
So how do we know, right, creators, I'm a creator, you're a creator, and like, so we spend our day creating, And then there's this other part of our day where we're like coming up with ideas to create on in the future. So we come up with all these ideas. I keep like a workflowy app on my phone, and I got these little notepads with me at all times for just jotting down ideas. So how do I know out of my ideas which ideas are worthy of putting in the time and energy to create on or not? Well, I want to kind of be talking about topics and ideas that are trending, that are going up. I don't want to talk about things that were cool in 2018, but they're down off their trend today. I want to talk about things that are just on the come up, because that means I can get in front of a wave of attention that's in the marketplace. And we're getting into, some deep psychological marketing stuff. There's an idea from Eugene Schwartz in his book, Breakthrough Advertising. And the idea is that, marketers can never actually create desire within their audience, right? It's impossible for me to create desire in the audience about a thing. You either have it or you don't, right? The audience at large, the marketplace at large, either is interested in a topic or they're not. And if I create content on things that they're already interested in, bingo, I've just tapped a curious source of people who are looking for content on that. So how do you know? Google Trends is a tool, trends.google.com. I think you can get there at google.com/trends. And you can just type in the idea. So you can, one way that's kind of an interesting way to use it right now, anybody who's interested in cryptocurrency, go type in your 3, 4, or 5 favorite random cryptocurrency tokens, and you can see what the search volume has been doing over the last 12 months, 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. And you can just see graphs overlaying, and you can see the ones that are going up and you can see the ones that are going down. And the same is true for, I could go put Pinterest advertising, Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising into Google Trends. Google will overlay all 3 charts on top of each other, and I can just see which one has the most interest at large from my audience of people who advertise on Google. Bingo. Looks like, this one's up highest. Probably would make sense to make a video on the one that's got the most demand right here and now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
simple
really
stuff.
Really,
simple
really,
stuff.
Yeah, really smart. Like, just basically figure out where the appetite is and then serve them what they have an appetite for. So Google Trends. I love it. I love it. What you've done really well here, Miles, is pretty incredible, because this is the space you're in. Content marketing, business, entrepreneurship on YouTube is like hyper competitive. So would love to know, like, looking back, what have you done really well, and like how have you done that? Like, what's the secret to that success to rise above, that crowd of entrepreneurship business content on YouTube?
Because I stepped in with a new channel, 0 subscribers, 0 videos, had never published a YouTube video before, to building like a real solid brand against the strongest competitors in the world, right?
Yep.
Like, literally, I'm going up against the most talented marketers in the world. I outworked everyone. So that's number one, right? I've been doing 60, 70, 80 hours weeks for over a decade. I believe that getting over the hill of entrepreneurship, getting over the hill of building an audience on YouTube, right? Macro and micro, we can zoom in and out on these challenges. They all take an immense amount of life energy applied consistently over long periods of time. That literally, if there is a secret, it's my freaking work ethic, dude. So when I started, I was like, cool, I'm making a commitment. I'm going to publish 1 video a day, every day for 90 days. I didn't just do 90 videos in 90 days. I ended up doing 120 videos in 120 days. I decided to over deliver for me. Now at the end of 120 days, with 120 videos, very detailed, very, very tactical videos, I was really, really tired, and I only had 450 subscribers, give or take. Now, most people look at that and they're like, damn, I just spent 4 months of my life, 7 days per week. I recorded on Christmas, I published on New Year's, I published on Thanksgiving, I flew across the Pacific Ocean 3 times because I had speaking gigs in New Zealand and in Bali along this time. This was difficult, right, to do. And I kept showing up, and the numbers weren't making me feel great. Who cares? I kept showing up. And then I had 3 videos a week, every week for 4.5 years after that. And literally I did 700 videos in about 5 years, which equates to 1 video every 2.5 days for 5 years straight. That's it. And on that path, I focused on how do I become a better communicator? How do I become more efficient at making YouTube videos? How do I deliver an idea, like how to do keyword research for YouTube? How do I deliver that idea in a video as efficiently as humanly possible? Because I hate it when I watch a video and there's a 38-second dubstep intro and then they waffle on about nothing for 3 minutes and I'm scrubbing through the timeline like, where is the fucking point here? Like, get to the point. I hate that as a viewer. So I went the exact opposite of that. So in the early phases, why I compressed the amount of publishing down so much, I needed to get good. I needed to become an effective communicator in this medium. Then once I was like, okay, now I can communicate an idea pretty effectively. How do I actually like optimize these videos? How do I write a title that gets a click? How do I make a thumbnail? God, my early thumbnails were terrible, right? Like, but everyone's are. My early videos were terrible, but everyone's are. So I looked at it as like, okay, I'm going through several learning curves that are stacked on top of each other, right? How do I get what's out of my head out into videos? How do I get my lighting to where I don't look dumb? How do I get my audio to where I don't sound terrible? How do I optimize to where people will actually find this stuff? Go through that iterative process a couple of 100 times. See, this is the key, hundreds of times publishing, and then it all makes sense. And from that point on, once it kind of started clicking, it's just do the work, do the work, do the work, show up more frequently than your competitors, deliver more value than your competitors, and stick with it longer than your competitors. And it literally becomes a mathematical question of how long will it take for you to overtake your competitors. Because the truth in every niche, in your niche, the truth is there's people who have a head start on you, but that's it. They just have a head start. They're not better than you. They're not smarter than you. No, not at all. Like literally if any other human being in this world has done it, you can do it too. You need to go apply more force and be more strategic. And there's all these people, oh, well, Miles, I work smarter, not harder. Yeah, guess what, bruh? I'm working smarter and harder than you, and I have for 2 decades in this industry now, and that's why I make millions of dollars per year. It literally comes down to my amount of energy applied, the time I've been applying the energy, and how strategic I am with every ounce of energy I apply.
I love that answer. I love that answer. I think we tell people all the time, just start creating. And if you guys watch, and I've got all of Miles' channels linked down below. But Miles, your videos literally are like almost, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like one take.
Everyone.
Very similar thumbnails, very like you've really boiled it down to what matters and what counts. And yeah, there's not much introduction. It's just like, let's dive right in.
Yeah, right. Like I'm into it. And on that idea, Rob, so let's say you wanted to build up some guns, right? You want to build up the old biceps. I would recommend you find a simple exercise that you can do efficiently, right? It doesn't take a bunch of setup. You don't need to go get a machine out. You can just walk in, you can do it, you can hit it, you can do your reps and walk away. Then you just got to do it twice a day. Once, you just got to do it for long enough and it just, the muscle goes. So I'm all about in business simplifying, getting all of the other stuff. And so many creators and a lot of people who sell how-to courses, they actually try to make the game more complicated than it is, because that's how they sell you their $997 course, right? Like the big greedy guru who sells his big $2,000 YouTube course. I've been through it. It's whack. It's whack. You will learn more by publishing 200 videos in your first year than you ever will from watching some greedy guru who walks around, oh, I taught this guy, look, I'm beastly good. Whatever, get out of here. Just go do the work. And it's simple, it's difficult, but to me, it's what created our first brand with my wife, and it's what I replicated for the second brand. And all my little affiliate sites follow that same path as well.
Completely agree. I think I saw a quote once, like the only way to get good at push-ups is to do push-ups, right?
Can't outsource your push-ups, right? Everybody's looking for where's the passive income hat? Passive income is a lie designed to sell you courses. I love Roberto Blake's take. He's like, publish 100 crappy videos, right? Everyone starts with 100 crappy videos. And I was like, cool. I'm gonna do that in 100 days. Like if I gotta do 100 crappy videos, let's get this over with quick so I can get on to making some little bit less crappy videos. And I did enough little bit less crappy, and then eventually they were almost not bad. And then after about 250 videos, I put out some videos that I would call good. Right? Yeah. I got some hits now. I got 7 or 8 hits, but like, boy, it took me years and hundreds of videos to be able to, in my style, one take, idea, delivery, boom, and people are like, damn. And that's how I built my brand.
That's it. I love it. I love it. Well, talk to us about affiliate marketing. There's a lot of affiliate partners that watch this channel here. So any maybe one hot take on how to get people to go to your affiliate links from your YouTube videos, whether that's directly or maybe with your approach, maybe it's indirect, maybe it's through a lead magnet first and then within the lead magnet or something. But yeah, I don't want to answer the question for you, but yeah, your hot take.
No, totally. And I think you're onto it. I really do believe that you want to have as many opportunities to promote that product as you can possibly have, which means get them on your email list first, right? And then you can tell stories, you can paint pictures, you can take your subscribers on a journey that leads them to the logical conclusion that this tool that you use and love as an affiliate is the tool that solves their biggest problem, right? And so you need to get people to that point. Generally speaking, I like to show people how to get specific results. So I have a, how to do keyword research on YouTube with TubeBuddy video. And the video I believe is titled how to do keyword research on YouTube, because that's what people want to learn how to do. TubeBuddy is the tool that helps them do that. So I literally show them how to do what they're searching for. So I show them how to do it efficiently. TubeBuddy is the tool that they need to accomplish that. By the way, my link's right below. You might as well grab it. I just showed you how to use it, right? So affiliate marketing is about helping people achieve outcomes. It's not about selling the product. That's what the vendor does. So my job is to help find people on YouTube who are looking for an outcome. How to do keyword research for YouTube, okay? So I know there's people and they want this outcome. So I create a piece of content that bridges the gap. And I use software often because there's so many little things in my niche that we do and deal with. There's so many little things that we deal with that require software. How do I set up a blog? There's hosting, there's themes, right? There's that kind of stuff. How do I do keyword research? There's keyword research tools for those kinds of things. So I just find through keyword research, people are looking for how to do this and I show them how to do it. And then if I can build a little bit more complex courses around it, that becomes my opt-in. So I have one opt-in that's like, how to do affiliate marketing from the ground up. It's like an 8-week course type thing in a free. And so now I can just kind of say, hey, if you're interested in this whole world, go hop on my email list, and it walks them through 5 or 6 affiliate products over the course of the first couple of weeks of that autoresponder. But it's the same theory, right? I'm helping people achieve the outcomes that they desire. I'm an educator first and foremost on YouTube. I'm not going to go up against Will Smith to try to create
viral videos.
Entertaining videos. No. But if you want to know how to do keyword research, I could probably be one of the best in the world to teach you how to do that. So I just stay in my lane of teaching what I know, and the law of large numbers takes over, right? I got videos with hundreds of thousands of views. If 1% of those people click and 30% of those people buy it, it adds up.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that approach. I think that's the approach that works really like the best. Like rather than making a TubeBuddy video, make a how do you get more views video, and then TubeBuddy insert that in there. So yeah, that's awesome.
TubeBuddy is the tool that achieves the goal. And if you think about user behavior on YouTube, a lot of people search on YouTube for how to do things. Yeah. Because it's a brilliant way to learn how to do things, because you can watch them. I don't want to read through a blog post that's like step 1, it's all these screenshots. I just want to watch you, and I'll have it open my window and I'll click and follow along with you. And I think that's the part that people miss is YouTube's a huge educational platform. And when we just literally teach people and we have no ads in front of it and we just actually help people, it's amazing. Like the law of reciprocity, the law of attraction, like reaping and sowing, whatever you want to call it, man. When we genuinely help people with the intention of actually helping them, whether they pay me or not, magic truly does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this has been incredible, Miles. You have endless videos, playlists around, this topic of business entrepreneurship, affiliate marketing on your channel. So I'll make sure that's linked down below. But where else can people find you, what you're working on, and even maybe work with you directly? Where's the best place to do that?
So I'm the only Miles Beckler in the world. Been blessed with a 100% unique name, so you can search for my name on any platform. I'm most active on the social world on Twitter. I'm at Miles Beckler. Post a little bit of life stuff to Instagram. And then my blog, if you go to milesbeckler.com, you can get one of my free courses, get on my email list. I send a lot of helpful emails. And just pop in, say hi, leave a comment, leave a message. Let me know you enjoyed this podcast we were on.
I hope you enjoyed that interview with Miles Beckler. Let us know what your biggest takeaway was from that conversation in the comments down below. Then head over and check out one of the other videos from our channel right here that you see on the screen. Again, my name is Rob Balasabas from the TubeBuddy team. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.